All right, dudes, how's it going? Today, sorry, I think we are live on Facebook and YouTube. So yeah, drop a comment where you're from. Thanks for joining the live. And as always, I love all of you who are uh, in my Facebook group. Again, if you have no idea who I am, I'm Sean. I live in Aichi, Japan. I own a language school here. I teach Japanese and English. So just so you know, right, there's a Facebook group link below. So if you like the video, make sure to subscribe before we start. All right. Okay. So today I'm going to talk about how to actually learn your kanji learning process easy. Okay. So a lot of people ask me this, like a lot of people in my group say, "How do you start learning kanji?" Right? And I get it. It's really stressful. I've learned a new language myself, even though it's the alphabet. I'm an English speaker, so even though I know the alphabet, learning Portuguese or other Latin language is a pain for me. Okay, it's a huge headache, right, at the beginning. But so today I have 3 things written down right here. Okay, so first I'm going to tell you why you should learn kanji, why people struggle with it, and the correct way to do it. Okay, let me make it simple for you. Okay, so the first thing that I want to point out is why you should be learning kanji. Right. So like all you people who want to learn Japanese out there, if you don't know kanji, what are you going to do when you get here? Right. It's like saying you know how to write uppercase alphabet, but you don't know the lowercase. Right. So in terms of like jobs, if you know kanji, of course that's going to be a plus. Of course they're going to like you. Of course, because like you're going to be able to write those emails. Right. That's one of the things that not a lot of Japanese people want to do. They don't want to write all those fancy emails. If it's in English, it's a lot easier. But if it's in Japanese, by the way, FYI, if you didn't know, in Japan, there are a lot of, it's the case where like emails are more formal. Therefore, not a lot of people want to write it within the company or within your organization, right? So the benefits of learning kanji is that I would say it is the best way to kind of get your feet in the door, get yourself into the world of get yourself in the market. All right. So point number two, why people struggle with it. Right. A lot of people come to me the other day. A lot of people were messaging me the same topic. I don't know why, but on the same day, a lot of people were asking me how to actually get started with kanji. Right. And if you haven't learned hiragana or katakana yet, which is the easier way to do. Oh, there's someone. Hey, put your name down. Tell me where you're from. All right. Thanks for joining, guys. So a lot of people have been asking me how to actually start learning kanji, right? So like I said about 30 seconds ago, if you haven't learned katakana or hiragana, which is the easier way of reading and writing Japanese, you should probably start there. Okay, it's a step-by-step process. So you don't just want to start doing kanji. Okay, that's just not the way to do it. As long as you know the basics of hiragana, katakana, you're able to move on to kanji. All right. So the question number 2 is, why do people struggle? Okay. So number 1, we learned. I talked about why you should learn kanji. Number 2 is why people struggle with it. Okay. In Japanese school, any language school. By the way, I do own a language school, so please check the link below. You can join to learn, do our course if you want. That's coming up in August or September. Okay, we're working on it right now. So anyway, if you do not know why you're struggling, there are 2 main reasons. There's one huge the biggest reason. Okay, the biggest reason you're probably struggling, which I kind of see all the time, is they go after the really difficult one. So like I know you want to introduce yourself. I know you want to say, I'm from, I am. I know you want to talk about yourself to other people, right? It's really cool to, know how to speak to people, right? But it's different than English or whatever your language is, right? It's different from all these Indo-European languages where you use the alphabet, right? I call them the easy languages because it's just my language, right? And it's also my language. So it doesn't work like that. Me isn't just me, or like you don't just write I, right? It consists of different parts of radicals and different parts, certain parts of different little small kanjis, right? So like all the small kanjis you need to know, you kind of mix them up together and it becomes I, right? which is watashi, right? So like when you want to say, of course, in English, you want to say, yeah, I'm from, the West Coast. I'm from South America, right? You want to say that. It doesn't work like that. When you say watashi wa Nihon shushin desu, watashi in kanji, it's not simple. You got to know the hiragana. You got to know all the small bits and pieces of kanji, okay? So that's why you're struggling, okay? And the reason, that's the reason, right? And I'm going to tell you right away how to learn it. I don't want to say it the correct way, but I'm a teacher. I've been a teacher for about 7 years now. I'm a licensed teacher, and I want to tell you how to actually start speeding up your journey, all right? So I'm going to share with you right here some of the small radicals that, bits and pieces of kanjis you do actually want to know before starting out, right? So, for example, in Japanese, when you want to say kid, if someone knows it, please comment down. I would like to see all the comments. You guys are really fantastic. Every time I ask a question, a lot of people just, it's like, yeah, I know it, and they're all right. So sometimes they're wrong, but 80% of the time they're right. So please comment down, all right, guys? If you're watching this after this live, please comment. It's always good to hear from you guys, all right? So if you want to say kid, here's one for you. That's the kanji for kid, all right, guys? We write it ko, so you start it right there, like that, and the last one, right? If you know that, that's good. If you didn't know, you start from the top, like it says 1. The second one is here, 2, and the last one you just finish it out with the little sword right there, right? 3. That's how you write. Kid, right? You read it ko, which means kids. Young kids. Ko usually means like son or daughter, but you can just say like kodomo, which means kids. It starts with this ko, okay? And as long as you know that, you will know how to read this. What is that? We've seen this before, right? We just saw this. Oops, sorry about that. 1, 2, 3. That's a ko, isn't it? That means kid. But when you have this little roof here, it means that it's protecting it. And what is a place that protects kids? I know some of you are already guessing. It's a school, right? So, and what do they do in school? You learn, right? So this kanji right here with kid, right here, kid, and I call it protect. A lot of people who study Japanese probably would disagree, but I was born and raised in Japan. I'm here for 25 years. So don't mess with me, all right? Just joking. No hate comments, please. Just know that I was born and raised in here. A lot of people just like give me a lot of negative comments, but you probably don't know what you're talking about because I was born and raised here, right? That's just reality, okay? I went to school here, so I know it. So that's kid. That's protecting, if you will. It doesn't mean protecting, but it looks like a little roof, doesn't it? And in school, you learn. So this kanji right here means to learn. You say manabu, right? 学校では子供たちは勉強します。とにかく学んでます、right? 学ぶ。今日学校で何を学びましたか？ Today, what did you learn? I learned これを学びました。学ぶ。This is 学ぶ, okay? Kids and a roof, right? That's one example. Do you know? Okay, let's move on to the next one, all right, guys? If it's cool, just comment below. It's pretty cool, I think. The next one. This means fire, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. This means fire, okay? And as long as you know the word fire, or the kanji for fire, what happens when you have 2 fires? It's not a tricky one, guys. It's pretty easy. So that's fire, right? What happens when you have a lot of fire? You're in trouble, aren't you? Right? So with 1, that means fire. And when you have 2, in Japanese, it means like big fire. You read it hono. It's like instead of saying higatsu, well, you could say higatsuita, he for like fire. But if you say hono, it's gonna be like, a lot of fire. So you don't want to be in that, right? So with 2 fires, it becomes hono, which is a big fire. It's not a small, childish fire, right? It's like a super hardcore fire that you don't want to be around. That's what it is, okay? You read this hono. Anyway, going back to my point. All right, I'm back. All right. As long as you know the small stuff, all the bits and pieces, you're able to kind of transition into your next step, right? So if you know ko, which was kid, you know how to read and write, learn, get a little roof on top of it, on top of the kid, right? That means to learn, right? With fire, if you have one fire, heat, that means fire. If you have two fires on top and at the bottom, it means a big time wildfire, right? That's how it is, okay? So my point here is, please try to learn the small bits and pieces first. Don't go out there and start trying to introduce it. You could, but don't try to like learn all the fancy kanjis in the beginning, because you are going to feel a bit overwhelmed, okay? So as long as you stick to the basics, I know it sounds a bit cliche, but please stick to the small bits and pieces. Later on, you can combine them like we did in this video, okay? You can combine them and you can move on to the next one, okay? I hope this makes sense. Please leave a comment if you like it. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, leave a comment below, okay? And yep, I will see you next time, all right? If you guys have any comments, please comment. And guys, join the Facebook group. We teach a lot of this stuff in Facebook. And on YouTube, I teach a lot of this stuff as well, all right? I teach a lot of, I answer a lot of questions. Like, the other day, this is another one. So today we talked about kanji. Sometimes we talk about how to actually start speaking Japanese. We do this almost every week. So please subscribe if you haven't, and go join my Facebook group, all right? All right, guys, talk to you later. Ciao, ciao.